Hello, dear children, good morning. Children, today I am going to start with the lesson 7 Our Government. All of you open page number 302 in your textbooks. Lesson 7 Our Government. Before going to start the lesson, let us do the warm up part. Cut out a picture of the current Prime Minister. So you have to cut out the picture of current Prime Minister, means present Prime Minister, and the Chief Minister of your state, and paste it in the box given. Then fill in the other details. So you have to cut the picture of the Prime Minister and picture of the Chief Minister of your state, and you have to mention their names here. Okay. In this lesson, you are going to learn levels of government in India, executive, legislative, and judicial wings of the government. Okay. Our government. India is the world's largest democracy. As we all know, India is a democratic country. It's the world's largest democracy. In a democracy, the people elect their representatives. These representatives form the government. So, people elect their leaders, and these all are leaders form the government. Government refers to the people who govern the country. The Indian government is elected by a system of universal adult franchise. So, Indian government is elected by a system. What is the system? It's a universal adult franchise. We require a government to resolve our problems and concerns. Why do we require a government to resolve our problems and concerns? Levels of government. India is a huge country comprising many states and union territories. So, India comprises so many states and many union territories. To govern the country effectively, the Constitution of India provides for a government at the central level and at the state level. So, the government should follow the Constitution to govern the country effectively in the central level as well as the state level. The powers of each government is clearly given in the Constitution, and in the Constitution the powers were mentioned very clearly. The central government looks after matters of national importance like defense and foreign relations. So here the central government looks at the matters of national importance like defense and foreign relations. Each state has a state government. So every state has a state government, and this state government is responsible for matters within the state like maintaining law and order. In addition to central and state governments, there are local government bodies for rural and urban areas that look after the local issues and problems of the area. Next, organs of government. Our government functions through three organs: legislature, executive, and judiciary. What is legislature? It is the law-making body which discusses issues and makes law. Executive is the law implementing body which enforces the laws made by the legislature. Judiciary is the system of courts that interprets and applies the law. So legislature is a law making body. Here they discusses the issues and makes law. Executive is the law implementing body. So the laws made by the legislature will be implemented by this executive. And judiciary, this system of courts will interprets and applies the law. Central government. Central government is commonly known as the union government. The legislative body is the parliament. It is the supreme law making body of our country. So, central government is also known as the union government. This is the supreme law making body of our government. This makes the law. The Parliament of India has two houses, the Lok Sabha lower house and the Rajya Sabha upper house. Their members are known as the members of parliament, MPs. This is the Parliament of India. This is Rajya Sabha in session, Lok Sabha in session. Okay. Members of the parliament belongs to several political parties. So these members of the parliaments, they all belongs to different political parties. The party that gets majority votes in the general election is invited by the president to form the government. So the local parties which gets the majority votes in general, they all in the elections, they all will be invited by the president to form the government. If no party gets majority, then some like-minded parties come together to form a coalition government. The government is headed by the Prime Minister. The central government is headed by the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the constitutional head of our country. So, Prime Minister is the constitutional head of our country. So, the government represents the people of our country. The President, Prime Minister and other ministers of the central government comprises the executive at the central level. So, who comprises the executive at the central level? President, Prime Minister and other ministers of the central government. Next, state government. State government functions like the central government. The state legislative body has two houses, Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly and Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council. So the state legislative body has two houses, Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. They correspond to the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha respectively. It is important to note that most states do not have a Vidhan Parishad. Vidhan Parishad means Legislative Council. Okay. Most of the states do not have this Legislative Council. Very few states of India have the Vidhan Parishad. The number of MLAs and MLCs also differ from state to state. So, the number of MLAs and MPs differs from state to state based on their population of the state. Okay. In our country, Uttar Pradesh has the largest assembly because it has the highest population. So, the largest assembly in our country is Uttar Pradesh state because the population is higher in that state. State governments are formed after the result of the state elections are declared. The chief minister is the head of the state government. He or she is appointed by the governor. So, state governments formed after the results of the state elections, and the governor appoints the chief minister, and chief minister is the head of the state government. The governor, chief minister and other ministers of the state government comprises the executive at the state level. At the state level, who comprises the executive? Governor, chief minister and other ministers of the state government. Okay. Next, local government. The local government takes care of local administration of cities and villages. Local governing bodies in villages comprises village panchayats, panchayat samitis and Jilla Parishads. Local bodies in cities and towns comprise municipal corporations, municipalities and Nagar Palikas. So, the local government takes care of local administrations like cities and villages, and local governing bodies in villages comprises village panchayats, panchayat samitis and Jilla Parishads. So, local bodies in cities and towns, they comprise municipal corporation, municipalities and Nagar Palikas. Judiciary. Judiciary is the third organ of the government, as we have read previously. It is the sole authority in our country to deliver justice. So, this is the sole authority to deliver justice in our country. Just like the government, it is organized hierarchically at 3 levels. So, like governments, judiciary is also organized hierarchically at 3 levels. These are at the national, state and district levels. The Supreme Court works at the national level, the High Courts works at the state level, and the District Courts works at the district level. The Constitution of India provides for an independent judiciary. All the courts of the country are under the general control of the Supreme Court of India. In case of a grievance, people approach the court. In the court, there are lawyers who represent the case of the people before the judge. The judge hears the case and delivers the judgment. If the people are not satisfied with the judgment, they can approach to a higher court. In such cases, the judgment passed by the Supreme Court will prevail. So, in case of grievance, people will go and approach the courts. In the courts, there are lawyers, and these lawyers represent the case of the people before the judge. And the judge hears the case and he delivers the judgment. If the people are not satisfied with the judgment of the court given, then they can approach a higher court. And Supreme Court is the final judgment court. Okay. So this is all about the lesson, our government. So once go through the today's video and listen to the lesson carefully, children. Okay. Bye, children. Thank you.